So this may be the last wash for the GT4. Today is Saturday. I'm listing it for sale tomorrow, Sunday or tonight, probably tomorrow. So I need to get it washed, get a few more pictures first thing in the morning, a few more photos of it, and it goes up for sale. Yeah, so just cleaning it up. It's going with everything on it, and I'm just gonna start over with a 718. So get this ready. Got to put the stock wheels back on. They are still dirty, so I need to clean those first. So cleaning up the stock wheels. Just cleaning up the stock wheels and then putting them on so that I can go take photos. I don't want photos with the HREs on there because I'm not going to sell it with the HREs. I'll sell the HREs separate because I don't even like them on this car. So yeah, so you need to clean these wheels and then swap tires. So these currently have my Advans on here from the last track day. I'm gonna take these off. Still got one more track day on them. I'm gonna take these off, put on the PS4s. I've got some PS4s with 200 miles on them. So I'm gonna put those on the car for the sale. So I just need to get these cleaned up from last track day, a bunch of rubber on them. Have the guy come get these cleaned up, put them on the car, take photos. Have a guy come next week, swap the tires, and then the car will officially be ready for sale. But I'm gonna post it tomorrow. I mean, if someone wants to come within, the first day I post it, fantastic. I'll figure it all out. They can take everything if they want what I'm asking for it. The chances of that happening are slim to none, so just gonna get started on the whole process now. Wheel and tire, don't need that one. Let's see if I can find a plastic razor blade for the inside. All of the, yikes, the rubber, not up there. Maybe this guy will work. This garage is a disaster still. We've been so busy. I have not had a chance to clean it up. If you see this video and it is, I don't know, probably the first week of December, the car is probably still for sale. So if you're interested, let me know. Send me a message or comment on the video. But it's going up for sale December 1st, 2024. Oh, the camera. You're fine. Telling people to buy the car. So much rubber in these tires. So gross. So gross. Yeah, so anyway, selling it to get a 718. There's a lot of reasons. But this car is freaking, has everything. If you want to go to the track, it doesn't even have to be a track car. It's a really good track car. I didn't even use it to its full potential yet, that's for sure. But it's got everything. I think the first guy that built it, or he sent it to AutoQuest. And just threw pretty much everything they had at it. His bill was something like 50-something thousand for all the parts on here. And then I did more. I did more after that. So let's see, it has oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. Okay. This car, I don't even remember what's done to the front suspension, but it's got the full multi-link, fully adjustable rear suspension, something that was designed by some F1 guy, I don't know, some F1 suspension guru, but it's pretty wild, the adjustability on it. It inverted the rear shock or something, I guess, and it kind of sits in a little cup, so it has a lot more movement and motion under compression, so there's less binding. It also widened the track in the rear for a little bit more stability. So the rear track's a little wider, fully adjustable. Everything under there is adjustable. It's pretty wild. I put the Giradisc rotors on there because it has PCCBs. Let's see. It's got, let's see, actually let me back up. The car itself, GT4, 2016 981 GT4, so manual. They only made manual that year. Carbon buckets, carbon ceramic brakes, color matched interior. I'll do a little walk around of it shortly. Full leather, leather dash and doors, deviated stitching in GT silver. A few other things, but basically it doesn't have Bose and it doesn't have dual zone climate control. Pretty sure it's got everything else that you could spec on the car. So the guy that spec'd it, bought it, took it to AutoQuest, threw the book at it, and then he decided he didn't really like going to the track and he got into boating. So he sold it and bought a boat. Now the guy that bought it from him, or the dealership where he sold it to, he bought it because he wanted something cool for cars and coffee. So it had strictly cars and coffee and occasional like driving to work duties. And then I bought it. So it had from AutoQuest the rear suspension, which I mentioned. It has a shorter final drive, the 4.6-to-1 ring and pinion. So it's got a much shorter final drive, which feels incredible. It has a lightweight flywheel, clutch. Then it has IPD plenum, GT3 throttle body, Fab Speed race headers, Softronics tune. It's got a carbon fiber gurney flap. It has 6-inch AutoQuest wing risers to bring the wing up, but I actually found that they provided too much rear downforce, and it actually made the car less stable over 90 miles an hour. So those I removed. I would say, you know, if you want those, because it does look pretty cool, if you want those, you probably just need some sort of dive planes in the front. To even it out. What else? There's a giant list. PPF track package, so bumper, fenders, hood, A-pillars, rear fenders, parts of the rear bumper, top part of the roof, and then it's ceramic coated, ceramic tint. It has a color matched Cantrell roll bar. It has 6-point harnesses. I did some seat inserts. They're custom. I did the Recaro confetti, the Le Mans confetti material to kind of bring me back to my JDM roots with the confetti. They look pretty sick. They'll go with the car. What else? Gosh. The Giradisc rotors, those can stay with the car. I have the PCCBs there. They're in the attic right now, so I just have to take those out. I have all the factory parts that go back on the car. Yeah. Oh, and then I added caliper bolts for taking off the calipers whenever changing brake pads. so you don't have to stretch the bolts in there. And then Spiegler stainless brake lines. They're the extended ones so that you can remove the caliper with those caliper bolts. It's just a nice combination, ease of use kind of thing. So we did those. Yeah, that might about round out the mods on this car, which when I say it like that, doesn't sound all that crazy, but I'll put the list in the description too of everything that I did, or everything that is done. It's a lot. It's a lot. It can be dialed however you want it. There's just so much adjustability in this car. You can have it comfortable, you can have it stiff. You know, if you wanted it stiffer, I would probably recommend the is it the iBox spring kit? Tarot sells it. It's like a slightly stiffer spring rate, but you know, driving at Sebring, you don't want it too stiff. Everything they say about the bumps is true, so I never went with the stiffer springs. Maybe I'll try them on the 718. I don't know. Okay. This thing loses my face somehow. I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna pull up a list. Got my list of everything that is on the car. Track package PPF, ceramic coating, ceramic tint, Geradisc rotors, race equipped 6-point harnesses. Oh, the floor bar mount for the correct mounting position, or the correct mounting points of the harnesses. Seat angle adjusters, Cantrell roll bar, color match to the sapphire blue metallic. GT3 throttle body, IPD plenum, Fab Speed race headers, Softronics, ECU tune, Tarot caliper studs, lightweight flywheel and clutch, full AutoQuest multi-link rear suspension. Oh, front solid monoball lower control arm inner ends, adjustable caster bushings, adjustable toe link, adjustable rear toe links, 6-inch AutoQuest wing risers, carbon fiber gurney flap, 4.6:1 crown and pinion, shorter final drive and shorter gearing. It's a lot. So all of that is it's quite a bit of money. So he had spent over 50. I put, I don't know how many other few thousand in it, but yeah, the only thing that I would think could possibly improve this car is maybe the flat underbody panel, maybe for aero, front dive planes paired with the 6-inch wing risers. You know, if you wanted that look and you wanted a little bit more aero, otherwise it needs nothing. Yeah, it's freaking set. But my wife is short. She loves driving the car and she will not drive it because she'll drive it at track for a 30-minute session. But that's about all she can handle because her legs are so short. Her ankles start cramping up because the clutch is such a long pedal. Her ankles and everything will start cramping up. So if she wants to drive it, she wants to drive it around town, it's just too much and it's too uncomfortable for her to do. We have the Targa, so we have another manual. So we're going to get a 718 because we can get PDK. So I know it's less manly, but I have the Targa. That's my manual. PDK is faster on track, and we will get a lot more use out of it. So that I think we found the one. In fact, I mean, I'm supposed to be sending a deposit on Monday for it, and then it's getting shipped here. So that's the plan, and this is going up for sale tomorrow. Ideally, this sells before I make final payment on that one. Oh, I forgot to knock off all the rubber on this one. Yeah, I think this one will sell quick. I'm not listing it for a crazy price by any means. I think it's going to be very reasonable, especially considering everything I just listed off. I have been into cars for a very long time. I know I never expect to get money for modifications back that I've done. They are sunk costs, so I'm not expecting to get any of that back. I think I'm just asking a reasonable price for this car with its current mileage and options, and the mods are free essentially. I know people are afraid of track cars that have been tracked, but every single time we went to the track, we went to the shop beforehand. And then most times they went after as well. So, while it has 25,000 miles, this car has probably seen a certified Porsche mechanic 10 times more than your average 25,000 mile vehicle. Gotta think, if we went 10 times last year, it made it to the shop 10, probably 15 times. So, and each time it was getting looked over. Every one of those times, it was getting looked over, inspected, nut and bolted. So, there's not a single worn piece of rubber on here. No bushings needing to be replaced. Everything is as it should be. And that's the thing with track cars. Anything that happens gets fixed. But oftentimes things don't happen because there's so much preventative maintenance. If you're doing it right, if you're going to the track the proper way, there's so much preventative maintenance that goes into doing it that you catch issues before they arise. The parking brake on this, for example, it just seemed funky one day taking off the trailer. So, taking off the trailer from a track day, parking brake seemed odd. So I took it in right away, and the motor was failing on the parking brake. So we replaced the motors on both parking brakes, replaced the parking brake pads, just to make sure everything was okay. But that's not something that typically gets caught, I don't think, that quickly or repaired that quickly. But those are just things that you notice when you drive so much, and you're concerned with safety, you notice and feel every little thing that's going on with the car. So for that reason, I would never shy away from a track car. Track cars are arguably in better shape than any other car out there. I would argue that point all day. And concerned with looks, that's why it has PPF. Get a whole bunch of rubber splattered up on the car, but the PPF protects it. There's no dings, no dents, no scratches on this vehicle. The paint, it looks freaking perfect. We're not out there racing, we're out there just club driving. No one's rubbing, no one's bumping each other. You get rubber shot up at you. That's the extent of it. And that comes right off. Griot's track spray is incredible, and it gets the rubber right off. So, yeah, don't be afraid of the track driving, or the cars that have been to the track. They're just tested, that's all. And these cars, if you're into Porsches, you're probably into it because of what they're known for. They're known for being freaking bulletproof. I mean, before we had the trailer and the RV, we drove it to the track a few times, but that's one of the appeals, is that you can drive it to the freaking track, beat on it, whatever you want to call it, and then you drive it home, you park it, and the next day you get in and you go, and it never skips a beat. Never had an issue, never had a hiccup. This thing is, that's why we're getting another one. If I had an issue with it, I'd look at something else. But anyone you talk to at the track, and they all end up with Porsches. Okay, wheels done. Stock wheels done. Let me flip you around on this thing. Okay, so sapphire blue metallic, carbon ceramics, but with the Giro discs in there. Leather on the doors, color match, leather dash, the color trim. This is actually also blue, but I wrapped it in matte black. It was a little bit more than I wanted. Friendline phone mount. Got the 6-point harnesses tucked back here. Color match Cantrell roll bar. Probably leave that GoPro mount in there. And then the Recaro confetti, Le Mans fabric. The stock inserts will also be going back in there. But this car is freaking immaculate. The good airfoils, wind diffusers for the wind buffeting. Renline tow hook on the front. garage is a disaster. It does have the factory Porsche, what do you call those? Like the smoked stickers. The intake grills so you don't get rubber shot up in the intakes. Carbon fiber gurney flap. Yeah. The black badging, of course. Time to swap the wheels. Okay. Oh, that's right. I always forget about that. Also has Renline tie downs. I always forget about that in the front. I don't know how, but you don't need the jacking pad with them. Okay. Gun. Oh gosh, these tires are done. Holy cow. These things are nearly brand new. I don't know what happened here from the mountains. Wow. Okay. Need my other lug bolts, lug nuts, conical. Extended studs. I don't know if I mentioned that before. Extended studs on here. Run them on loose, lowest setting. I tighten them up with the torque wrench. Okay. Now, move this. HRE out of the way. And then, I don't know why this keeps losing my face. It's okay. Okay. It's like finger acrobatics trying to keep it in the right spot. And not get your fingers crushed. These wheels will be for sale for, I don't know, like $1,000. They're the HRE FF01s. They're really made for a 991. They fit really great on my 991.1 Carrera S. On here, they fit with a 10mm spacer. 991.1, 991.2 is what they're made for. And they look really good. They look so much better on the 991 than they do on this. On the GT4, the lines just look so much better. But we use these for track, and I don't like driving around on the street with 200 tread wear. PS4s do way better in the rain than anything else, so I kept those and I used them for street use. But now I will with the 718, the plan is to use the factory wheels for street use and getting a car with steel brakes so I can fit 19s for the track. So then some Apex wheels in 19-inch for the track use. So that's the plan with the next one. I'll still end up putting Gyrodisc on the steels, just because I love these things. I love the way they look, for one, which is a stupid reason, but I don't care. I like the way they look, and I like the ease of changing them out, which I guess it's the same as rotors. Actually, this is probably more work than just plain steel rotors. Anyway, I like the way they look. And that's enough for me. Okay, now torque to 120, in case you didn't know. GT4s, torque to 120. Hundred. 120. Yes, I still do like it's my first day. I do a star pattern and I go through them twice. Can never be too safe, but it's just the care I take with all my vehicles, and I expect that most track people are the same, and that's probably why I feel that way. Without, like I was saying before, buying a car that's been tracked, I just feel like everyone probably takes just as good care as I do. It's probably a terrible assumption, honestly, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm just gonna do the other side, and then I'll get to washing the car so I can go take some photos tomorrow morning. Turn back around. This is the look. Oof. Looks so good. So much better with the factory wheels, I think. It looks good. Time to wash this car now. We just had to run around and do some stuff, so let's see. Need to open. Trash. I think, yeah, so I have the spare, the HREs, not spare, the HRE wheels, I just posted those for sale. 991 Carrera is what they're made for. They fit on the GT4 with that 10mm spacer in the rear. If you're interested and you're seeing this, $1,200. I just put them on Facebook. The two rear tires are good, the two fronts, because of the track alignment, the inside's like super worn. And then I think I have a guy coming to buy. I had 22-inch Spider wheels on the Cayenne. I think some guy's coming to pick those up tomorrow, so that's exciting. Get a couple things out of the garage, clean it up. Wheel bucket. things are pretty nasty. Yeah, alright. Clean this car. Take some photos. Try and get it sold. The last two cars that I had, well, this one overlapped the 991 that I had, and the 991 overlapped the 996, and I don't like doing that, but keep finding a car that I want and just buying it before the last one is sold. Found the car I want on this one, and trying to get this one sold before it arrives. Hopefully we can do that. Let's see. Turn everything on. I need to wash these microfibers. Rinse bucket. Use my face. Yeah. Wash bucket. Up here. Fill this. Get a wash mitt. So I'm using this soap for the first time tonight. I picked up a few of these at the Obsessed Garage open house, the GFX Gentle Snow Christmas. I'd heard Matt talk about it on the podcasts, and then he was washing a car during the event. Holy cow. When he says it smells like Christmas, it smells like Christmas, and it smells incredible. So I picked up two. That's got a minute. So that's what I filled the car wash with tonight. So I restocked on Brake Buster and stocked up on the Christmas what you call it? Christmas snow foam. Really, this car's not even that dirty, it's just dusty. It's very dusty. but I really want to use the Christmas smell. So it's going to be a quick wash. Quick wash, knock off the dust, and just get it cleaned up for the pictures tomorrow so I can post this thing for sale. And everything that I mentioned earlier that's on this car. Well, if you're interested, you can look at the car and see. God dang, this thing loses a face really quick. I don't know how to get it back. Oh, there you go. Yeah, if you're interested, if it's still for sale, you can find it and see how much I'm asking for it. It's very reasonable for what it is. It's very crammed in this garage right now with all these tires and wheels. Really hope that guy comes to pick up the the Spider wheels from the Cayenne tomorrow. And then I hope I can get these HREs sold quickly, because they look really good on a Carrera, on a 991, but they don't look good on the GT4. So, grab this wash mitt. Yeah, the car's not dirty, just dusty. So it's just gonna be a quick wash. I may take this camera along with me tomorrow, when I take the photos tomorrow morning. Yeah, I probably will. This is just the shooting on the Osmo Pocket 3. That's why I keep having to stick my face in front of it to try and get it to follow me if it loses me in there. Does a pretty good job though. Neighbors are out riding around their golf cart. They're having a little party next door. They like to drink and partake in some of those other social activities, I guess. Drink and smoke, I guess you can say. Not my thing. Not so much. Drink, really don't drink anymore. Not that much. A little bit of wine here and there, but I really just don't care for it. Don't care for the way I feel during or after. It's just doesn't excite me. And it's not cheap. So, got other things I'd rather spend my money on, such as gotta get inside the intakes. Intake grill. This mitt seems like it's kind of falling apart. Smashed my knuckles on the tow hook. That it's an Acura TL or TSX I just drove by. Had the weirdest whistle. It reminds me of in high school I had this friend who were Honda boys, and I had this friend Mike. I can't remember his last name, but Mike, he hooked up a freaking leaf blower. Hooked up a leaf blower to his intake to be like a homemade supercharger. He put a power inverter in the cigarette lighter in his Del Sol. This is a Honda Del Sol. Put a power inverter in there so he could plug it in the electric freaking leaf blower. And he said it was a supercharger. Anyway, that's what that TL sounded like to me when it drove by. So it's like high pitched whistle of like an electric leaf blower. Kind of funny. Reminds me I have to take my battery tender off of this thing. Yeah, battery tender stays for the next car. Okay. Dry. I'll clean, turn off the water. Okay. Charge battery. Hopefully. Leaf blower. Good old mic here. No, bead maker is not supposed to be the best anymore, but I still have a bunch of it, so that's what I use. Probably get rid of the bead maker with the next car because it is black, and I think bead maker on black is probably the worst combination as far as the streaks go. So I'll probably leave it for the other vehicles. I have a few, so. But yeah, I'll use it on the vehicles that are left that are not black. But the 718 is black. My wife's Cayenne, black. My Jeep, black. But the truck is green. The RV is white. So. I'll miss this car. It's really good. Really, really good car. Yeah. First GT car. First GT car, certainly not the last. Obviously with the 718, well, it's not a done deal yet, but that's what's next. Regardless if it's this black one or not, it will be a 718 GT4 next. The GT3 was always the dream. You know, growing up, I wanted to have a Cayenne turbo to tow the GT3 RS to the track. But I gotta say, this GT4 has impressed me so much. I don't know if it's not a 992 GT3,